All right, I got here a 2007 Chevy, I think it's a Malibu. Customer complaint is they bought the car and the person they bought it from said it needs a TCM because there's no comp to the TCM. Well, they put a TCM in and still says no comp. So I'm just gonna do a scan. Alright, the car starts, but you see the Pringle's not lit up at all. It doesn't show a difference. Okay, but it's definitely, let me start it because there's 11.5. Actually, I don't want to start it because I don't want to get the car hot if I have to go down there. Alright, let's do a scan. Alright. Doesn't have high speed. 3 codes in the ECM and no count to the TCM. And we have a throttle position sensor and lost comm with TCM. So, and lost comm with BCM. Oh, but that's past. Okay, it's not a current code. The only one that's current is failed current is the lost comm with TCM. In the body control module, we also have lost comm with TCM. So we're going to chase that first. So since everything else I think is communicating, I'm going to assume that it's just a power and ground issue. Alright, so this thing finished. We also have no comm with the EBCM, which is the ABS module. Now it could be this doesn't have ABS. Let's see. Vehicle speed information circuit invalid. Control your network CAN. Lost comm body control module with powertrain control module. I don't see anyone saying lost comm with ABS, but I don't see ABS on the list. We'll just keep that in mind. Just transmission. You know, I'll put this VIN into repair link and just see if it has it. Or I could just manually look. Let me first get a diagram for this. We'll get information bus. I just want to see if it gives an option if it has it or not. Alright, so how's this thing work? Is it working on CAN? Yeah, 6 and 14 high-speed GM line goes straight to the body control module. That's the first module on the list. Now, transmission, electronic brake with ABS without. Okay, so it very possibly has no ABS. Let me go check on a factory diagram if it gives me a RPO code. OE information bus. Okay, so 6 and 14 go to the body control module. From there it goes vehicle combine, power steering, electronic brake. So EBCM is JL9 has EBCM. So I'm just gonna go to repair link shop. Just copy the VIN. Just gonna paste the VIN right here. VIN attributes will tell me. So what was it again? It was JL9 FRJ. So the only J we have is J41. So this does not have ABS. Okay, so that's why we have no comm to it. So we got 6 and 14 comm to the body control module. It goes to, I don't know if we have these. All right, so now I'm back to just checking power and ground, because if we have comm to the ECM, which is after the TCM, so it means the wiring to the TCM is good. It's going through the TCM, talking to the ECM. It means wiring integrity has to be good, or else we wouldn't have communication to the ECM. So we gotta go check power and ground to this. So transmission control module, automatic transmission circuit. So here we are. Let's see. So we have power right here. Whoops. That's a constant power on pin TCM fuse, a 10 amp fuse. Then we got a trans fuse, which is another 10 amp. That is probably ignition. Yeah, that's ignition fuse, and that feeds ignition 1 voltage. Okay. Now, that's the ECM. The run crank fuse feeds. Okay, that's something else. Pretty much it's just these two fuses, it looks like. And then the ground is on G105. Alright, so let's go check these two fuses, and we'll see. Is this the one that has... Oh, I see the TCM right here. It's brand new. Right over here. Alright, let's get to the fuse box, and we need fuse... TCM, fuse 42 and fuse 4. We got one cover here. Yeah, fuse 42 and 4. Okay, let me get a test light. Alright, let me get my test light. We'll go on battery negative. If I hit a positive, it lights up. So fuse 4 is, well, 42 is the second one in right here. That has power. And fuse 4 is 2 in over here. 1, 2 right here. And that has power. Okay, fuses are good. So now, let's go down to the module, unplug it, and let's check right here what we got. Okay, so here's the connector. Let me get a connector view. What would it be under control module? Automatic, right here. Control. Oh, we have the, which one do we have? Do we have the 4T4E? Let's see, let's just look it up. We have it open right here. Let's go to transmission. So we have 4-speed, and it's automatic transactional. So I'm assuming that means the 4 one. Okay. Oh, they're both 4. 4T45 or 4T65E. Oh, this, he's giving me the old module over here. That's not going to tell me which one. Hold on. Oh, it says which one it is?
It's 44.5.
4.5? That's the one? Yeah. Perfect. He's saying it's 4.5. We'll do that. Alright, so... it doesn't show us a picture. That's annoying, but okay. So we know black and white pin 49 is going to be ground. Is that the big one? Just get the cover off and we'll see. Alright, I got the cover off. Now, what's pin 1? I'm trying to see. Okay, so pin 1 is right here. Let me cut that zip tie. Okay, so black and white is the ground right here. That's good. And now the power feed is pin 31 and 32. So red and white and a pink. So if this is pin 1, so it's 1, 2, 3, 7 and 8 in from this side. What's this? Okay, let's give power to this guy. Through here, if I touch a ground, it lights up. That's good. And now I'll just test this ground right here. And it lights up. So we got a good ground. Now I have to check the power feed, so we'll switch this to ground. If I hit a power, it lights up. And on So we're the fourth row down. Well, the third row down, sorry. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in, and 8 in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got power. And then 8. We got no power. So we're missing power on the red and white wire, which is the constant, right? Yeah, that's the constant one. And that comes from TCM fuse 10 amp. So before we go crazy, let's look at that fuse again. TCM fuse 42. Is right there. So 10 amp, let's put this back. Now, we'll just make sure it's not missing a leg. Alright, got both legs. Just feel, make sure the tension's good. Okay, let's just see if we have anything there now. We'll keep that on ground. And 5, 6, 7 should have power. And 8 still does not have power. Okay, so we know we're missing power from here. Let's give it a little tug. See if anything rips. Okay, nothing easily. Let me give power here first, just to make sure that everything else works, and then we'll chase it. Let's just check quickly here if there's no. Okay, so let's plug this in. Now I'm going to run my test light through this. Just, I don't want to go straight to ground, just easier. Run it through a test light, and then, you know, in case we made any mistake, it's limited to 4 amps. Which should be more than enough to supply this module. Alright, let's see if this thing communicates. TCM, enter. Still not communicating. Let me just back out, because sometimes once you come in, it doesn't let you redo it. No, so it's still not working. Okay. So let me go check if I really gave power there. Am I on? I'm on power. I should be going through the light. Let me get a meter. What do I have on me? I don't have my leads. Let me get my scope. Alright, let's put a scope here. Let's just see. So we'll go on battery ground. And now on here I should have 12 volts, and I do. Go volts 11.4 because my battery is getting low. You know, let me just try the original one. Alright, so let's put in the original one. Alright, that one's in. Let's plug it in. Alright, I definitely heard something happen. Let's go see. Yep, we got a Pringle back. So it's just missing a power, you see? Right here's the Pringle. The P's covered. It starts much better than before. Yep, it shifts smooth without jumping. Alright, so it's literally just missing a power. Let me just go in here, automatic. Let's do a scan. So we probably got a broken wire or something at the fuse box is bad. And the new one was bad, so at least he could get his money back for that. TCM, no codes. Like clear all the codes, but there's no point. We'll do that after. So now right now we know we have com. So we're just missing a power feed. All right, let's shut the car. It's a power. It's a constant power, so I don't have to leave the car on. So, okay, that module works fine. The old one. This one did not communicate. Now the customer was telling me that they told him that he has to keep it on for 30 minutes until GM has a lock and it won't communicate. Told him I don't know. I think that's garbage. I've never seen that. I program many of these on the bench where you just do power, ground, can high, can low, and ignition, and it should communicate no problem. So I'll test it after if I have time. But yeah, they definitely refurbished something because you can tell that's resealed and repainted. But whatever. Let's see if we can find this. I'm gonna unplug the fuse box because I want to see if it's under there. Actually, the fuse box looks relatively new, so maybe is it worth going there, or sort? I do see like some of over here. This one right here is touching the frame. I don't know if you could tell, but that is rubbing against the frame. I'm going to lift it up. It's definitely rubbing against this. Let's see if I can follow this up. So it goes into this one right here, right where it was rubbing. I see can wires there. All right, let me get my piece out of the way. I don't need my... That's my jumper. Let's disconnect it from here. Yeah, let's get the red and white wire. I'm gonna give it a tug. No, so it's not ripping easily over here, and this is all taped up, and I'm gonna have a very hard time flipping it over. Let me unplug the computer so we'll get more room. Okay, now let's see. We got a clip right here. And right here I also see corrosion. Oh, there it is. I see the red and white. Okay, so it's right there. Let me just get something in there. We'll give it a tug over here. Yep, it ripped right up, right where I thought it was over here. See? So now I see a red and white wire on top over there. Let's see if we can pluck it out. Yep, right there is the other side of the broken wire. There we go. Of course, it's in the worst spot to fix because I can't really get my hand in there. Let me get a piercing probe just to test. Actually, I don't need one. I can hit it from the front, I think. So that should be on. Let's see. Let's put this on battery ground. And if I touch there, we got power. So this is what we gotta fix right here, this little wire. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that now. I'll show it to the customer. I'll do it. This fell off my test light. Let's fix that. Alright, well, if I don't end up finishing this is the problem. We saw what we had when I jumped power, and we see the power right over here. So if I don't end up finishing this, thanks for watching.